Good afternoon. I am Charanjit Kaur, Assistant Professor at Khalsa College of Pharmacy, Amritsar. Today I am going to discuss about role and responsibilities of the pharmacist, your healthcare partner. Before discussing the roles and responsibilities of the pharmacist, let us have a look about the field of pharmacy. Pharmacy is the field associated with manufacturing and dispensing of the drug so as to ensure safe and efficacious use of the drugs in the management of diseases or ailments. In the ancient time, Egyptians have also mentioned the use of infusions, decoctions, macerations, etc. in their writings. In the China, they have mentioned the use of the book Pun Xiao, in which there is a use of toad's eyelids for the treatment of cold and rolling of earthworm in the honey for the treatment of gastritis. The Germans and Greeks also have mentioned the use of medicinal plants in their writings. During the World War II, sulfonamides have saved many lives before the discovery of the penicillins. In the 19th century, many scientists they have discovered many drugs structurally related to already discovered drugs, and they have started the relating the structure to the biological activity. In the 20th century, many drugs have been patented and registered. So let us discuss the role of pharmacist in the field of pharmacy. The pharmacist is called as chemist or druggist who is responsible for manufacturing and dispensing of the drugs so as to ensure the safe and efficacious use of the drugs so as to treat ailments or the diseases. The pharmacist is related to every field of the medicines. He is responsible for manufacturing, dispensing, clinical, non-clinical experiments and pharmacovigilance as well. Now let us discuss the role of pharmacists in many fields like community pharmacy, hospital pharmacy, academics, regulation, medicinal chemistry, research and development, and many more. Let's first of all discuss the role of pharmacist in community pharmacy. Pharmacists act as a frontline healthcare professionals in community pharmacy. They cover the gap between the practitioners and the patients. They act as a bridge between both of them. They are responsible for counseling and advising the patients. They are also responsible for maintaining medical records related to the prescription prescribed by the doctors to the patients. They also maintain the checking of the dose, inventory, procurement of the drugs, and they also participate in monitoring and keeping the records of adverse drug reactions. In case of the hospital pharmacy, pharmacist works in the hospitals and the institutions and interact with the doctors and the patients as well. They act as the member of Drugs and Therapeutic Committee who is responsible for maintaining and preparing essential list of the drugs and formulary. The pharmacist is also responsible for preparation, planning and implementation of the clinical trials. They maintain the medical records in the hospital also related to the patients, particularly related to ADRs. In academics, the pharmacists who are trained professionals, they pass on their knowledge related to technical knowledge and ethical knowledge to the trainees and the students so that they can be prepared to face the industry or the market. In case of herbal pharmacy, the pharmacists they are responsible for cultivation of the plants which have medicinal value. After the cultivation, they collect the medicinal plants and they prepare the extract of those medicinally important plants. Those extracts they are treated to isolate the phytochemicals. This area is called as phytochemistry, where the medicinally important phytochemicals they are after isolation are characterized with respect to their structure. Then they are biologically evaluated in vitro, in vivo, in the preclinical experiments, and those phytochemicals which have efficacy and safety they are proceeded toward the clinical trials. These pharmaceuticals or these phytochemicals they are also derivatized to improve the efficacy and safety. In case of the medicinal chemistry, the pharmacists who are medicinal chemists, they are responsible for the synthesis of the new drugs, which are structurally similar to already approved drugs by regulatory agencies. These drugs are designed through the field of drug discovery and drug design. This is done by the use of computer-aided drug design to screen all the molecules which are suspected or expected to have medicinal value with improved efficacy and pharmacokinetics, and reduce toxicity and improve safety profile. After synthesis of these new molecules, these are characterized by using various analytical technique and structure is elucidated. Similarly, as in the case of the phytochemicals, these new molecules, they are evaluated biologically in the preclinical studies, in vitro, in vivo, in the animals, and then those molecules which are proven efficacious and safe, they are proceeded toward the clinical studies. After that, those molecules which are proven safe and efficacious in the clinical studies, they are launched in the market. After that, let us discuss about research and development. In the field of the research and development, pharmacist has many roles to play. There are 4 basic fields in which the research and development can be done with respect to pharmacy field. The first one is medicinal chemistry, that has already been discussed. The second one is pharmacology. The drugs which are already approved and launched in the market. In the field of pharmacology research, what we do is we explore the multiple pathways which are not being reported where the drug can act. So we explore different uses and effects of the drugs depending upon the chemical interaction between the drug and the receptor protein or any enzyme. In case of pharmaceutics, that is the third field of research related to the pharmacy, in this field of pharmaceutics, we formulate different formulation like syrups, tablets, nanoemulsions, carbon nanotubes, etc. depending upon the pharmacokinetic profile of the drug. In this way, we try to improve the pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics of the drug and explore the targeted delivery of the drug. In case of pharmaceutical analysis, that is the fourth mainstream of the pharmacy, what we do is we try to develop and explore new methods for the detection of various drugs, their degradants or any impurity which are not to be present in the formulation. Moreover, we can also detect and develop new methods with the help of pharmaceutical analysis so as to detect pollutants in the air, water or soil or any sample. These are the 4 main streams of pharmacy where the research and development can be done. Whatever new method, new molecule, new formulation or new target or receptor that is discovered during all these research processes, that is being discovered by the researcher as a pharmacist, is patented in the nation according to the rules and regulations of the regulatory bodies. Now coming to industrial pharmacy. In the industrial pharmacy, pharmacists play a role in the manufacturing and development of the formulation and quality control and quality assurance related to developed formulation, patent registration, sales and marketing, etc. In case of regulatory pharmacy, the pharmacist can act as play a role in the regulatory bodies depending upon the nations. In the India we have DCGI. They act according to or they plan policies, health policies, so as to ensure safe use of the drug throughout the nation according to the Government of India Health and Family Welfare Department. At the international level, US FDA and WHO, they work to regulate the safe and effective use of the medicines. Apart from this, there are many other roles the pharmacist can play. For example, pharmaceutical marketing, nuclear pharmacist in the IPR, that is intellectual proprietary rights, as a veterinary pharmacist, etc. And why we choose the pharmacy as a career? Because India is the third largest in the term of the volume in terms of the pharmaceutical industry. In spite of the global slowdown, the pharmaceutical industry is rising like anything, and India topped the export of the generic medicines according to 2014 data. Now, the pharmacist can also play a role in the government sector. For example, the pharmacist can work in the Air Force, Navy and the Army. He can act as or work as government analyst, as pharmacologist and toxicologist, as government university professors and HODs, as drug inspector, as scientist in the government and central institutes or research laboratories, as approved chemist and as a consultant. At last but not the least, I would like to mention some very successful pharmacists in the pharmaceutical industry who have received eminent pharmacist award. For example, in 2017, Dr. R.N. Gupta, in 2018, Dr. M.K. Raina, in 2019, Dr. K.P.R. Chaudhary, and 2020, Dr. Subhash Mandal. And next can be you. Thank you very much.